Hey folks, early pre-morning, pre-market bites. The sharks are out. For some reason, I'm having a hard time adjusting to this new week. September 9th. Do not risk any money you're not willing to lose. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes, how I share my journey. So today we've taken 3 trades and we're down $132, 108 for the month. All negative. Very difficult to traverse. So first trade we went in was ASST. We saw it brewing around 340, and it looked like it had gapped up, and it looked like it had a nice move here. And we became interested, and we just took one share, and just to get our feet wet to see what would happen. But it looks like we were chasing. And so I think the issue that I'm having is timing. I'm just not trusting the entries, and I'm not picking the stocks. There's so much to pick from, and I'm having a hard time deciding which stock to pick. And when I do pick, it has already moved up, and then therefore I'm chasing. So I think I need to be, I don't want to say less cautious, but yesterday I think that's what it was. I was being very cautious. I was being chicken, to be truthful. And with any stock that is in double digits and above, well, even with one stock, you risk losing a little bit of money. If you like the videos, like and subscribe. Leave your questions, comments below. So I think definitely the sharks are out and in pre-market early, knowing that folks are going to be thinking back about these stocks that reached high stock prices, and that people are going to be jumping in, and therefore the shorts are just buying it up and then dumping it down. So you guys be careful out there. At this point, I don't have any stocks that I'm recommending. I think it's going to be a wait and see. It's 5:16 Pacific, and I think that we, much like planning for gold, you have to sift through all the noise and wait for your opportunities, and then go from there. So the move here would have been when it moved down to and it started to move back up, was to jump in with more shares, and then there would have been 75-cent win. So and I didn't see that while I was trading it. I see it now. And so if you guys don't record your trades, you should do so and play them back. It helps a lot. Yeah, see? So the play would have been down there, and I had the line marked. Just as soon as it crossed over, buy, let it go up to 16 and sell. So then that was one mislead trade, one share. And AEHL, we saw that in pre-market between 1:30 Pacific and even before 4 a.m. Before we started logged in and traded, it had moved up twice already past 30, And so, yeah, third time's a charmer. I don't know. But anyway, so we saw it moving here. We tried to get in twice, can't finally get in on the ask. And of course, when you get in on the ask, you're going to get a little high. And we see it hit the top of that VWAP top line. That's not the VWAP, that's the top line. And it looks like the momentum's there. Our trade reversals show green, even though on the 5-minute it is red, which is interesting. And I think I should have paid more attention to the fact that it was red on the 5-minute. But again, look at the entry. The entry should have been right there at that line, right below 25. So we're talking about 23.90 or something like that, and then jump in. And up here, you would get out, and it would have been a nice trade. And here we're still green, and with one share, we buy 10. And this is what happened to me last week. I think I was on CW. I bought 10, and the whole market came down. And my thinking here is, as I've drawn that magenta line, and it's my imaginary top line, and if it can get past there, and if it can hold, it'll continue up. So that's what I'm thinking. But disaster strikes. And we start heading down, and we don't jump out. So we continue to hold. And that was the disaster. We're thinking about selling. We should have sold right there. But we get caught in the drawdown. There's still a good opportunity to get out here, but yeah, it sometimes happens that you just go numb or dumb. But yeah, and look at that. That was just with 11 shares. Crazy. So definitely expecting a $10 or above stock to go higher is risky, especially in pre-market. So it's 5:28 right now. We're waiting on the reports in a couple of minutes. So we're looking at PPI. Forecast is 0.4%. Prior was 0.9%. Got a couple of minutes to go. So I think all the stocks are doing the same thing today and this morning. I think it's the sharks coming out, taking advantage. So I showed 3 trades here, but while I was putting this together, I also went back in and tried CWD again and lost another $5. So we're down 137 for the day. And here's CWD. So it looks like CWD, a continuation stock, wants to go up. It definitely showing signs that it wants to go up. The question is, are the buyers going to jump in? So I think for the rest of the day, that's probably what I'm going to do is just watch CWD and hope for an entry and buy a dip. Well, PPI wasn't that great. Just came in minus 0.1%. So that's 0.3% down. Year over year, the forecast was 3.4%, and we're down to 2.6%. Or we're positive 2.6%. So we're under the forecast. PPI for food, energy, and trade month over month is 0.3%, which is what it was forecast. The core PPI month over month for August is also down 0.1% against the 0.4% forecast. So we'll have to wait and see what the market does with this news. And of course, we've got inflation tomorrow. So two important reports. So I'm thinking my forecast was that, at least for me personally, trading would pick up on the 17th, next Monday. And I'm still focused on that. I'm thinking that the reports here, whatever they are, the market is going to absorb them, or they all have already priced it in. So core PPI year over year came in at 2.8%, which is down from 3.6%, which was the forecast. And year over year on food, energy, and trade is 2.8%, and 2.9% was the forecast. The PPI year over year for August is 2.6%, and the forecast was 3.4%. So those numbers, while they're green, they're definitely not uh, not on the forecast. So the pattern of those wicks up at the top should have given me a clue that this was going down. There's the indecision wicks there, then a red wick, and here would have been a nice place to draw. Take what you have, a small loss. But I was looking at the Zurich MACD, and it still shows like it had a little bit of a opening there, like it could still climb. But what we didn't have here was conviction from traders. Other traders weren't convinced. Um, so it's a continuation stock, and it was a bad trade to take overall. The pre market, early pre market, was filled with uh, much movement, and I think that might be the thing that that is screwing me up. So I think what we need to do is, again, it just goes back to patience and stop hunting. I got up early and, before 4 a.m. Pacific, got on, and my thought was a positive, aggressive type of trade mentality. And that's what got me into trouble. And I think I've spoken in the other videos, the psychology of trading is quite amazing. And you can't force the market to do something for you or to give you something. You have to wait for it. So it needs to be a game of patience. And sometimes you may get online and you may be on a couple of hours, 2-3 hours, and you may have to just sit and wait. But we weren't that disciplined today. And you can see through the edits that the overall loss was $172 in pre-market this morning. And it's just a little under an hour. We got on at 4 a.m., 4:46, and we're already down about $124. I did do one good thing, which was put a sell stop there. Or actually, I was getting out. It wasn't a sell stop, pre-market. And of course, our trendy reversal says, oh, no, it's reversing down, so you got to sell. But then it goes up, and it's a couple of bucks up. And again, we're chasing. Now here, things look a little bit different on the MACDs, and volume looks like it wants to pick up, but it has already picked up. So what I'm thinking here is going forward, we're not going to jump in when things are already picking up. We have to pick our entry point, and it has to be one or two things. One, timing. You happen to be looking at a stock that is definitely moving up, but is showing, your indicators are telling you that it might go up. And then you're doing your due diligence, checking your support and your resistance, and then you jump in. Or you wait for that dip, that reversal, whether it comes or not. If it doesn't come, you let the stock go. And then at that point, you buy in. Now you notice the trend reversal marker label that was there got removed once the stock went up higher. And when you're down over $100 on a small account, you're going to sit here and you're going to wait, of course, for bigger gains. And that's what I was doing here. I think I had made $6. I should have taken the $6 and gotten out. I finally realized and do the smart thing and start thinking about getting out here. Now the MACDs are turning down. And it's a game. Here we see almost a double, even a triple top, but it does jump up, and that gives me a little bit of hope. And what I was thinking here, oh, maybe 15 or 16 is possible. And it's 5:24. We're 6 minutes away from the report, 6 minutes from news, and I think that's a bad time to go in. So I think that when I get on tomorrow, especially since tomorrow's report is a little bit more important, um, I'm probably not going to hunt pre-market and just wait for the report to come. Unless there's a stock that shows obvious movement to the upside with no stopping, then jump in. Otherwise, just stay out and then wait for the report. And then the report comes out at 5:30. So then between 5:45 and 6:30, look for an opportunity. There might be a stock there that starts to jump out. If not, wait for 7 a.m. Pacific, or even at if the report isn't too bad and the market likes what it sees, we might be doing well at open. So it's 5:25, and both all this is going on. I'm trying to put together this early morning uh, recap pre-market. And here we finally see our little trend reversal saying, get out. And we finally agree. We're going to trust our reversal, and our MACDs are obviously pointing downward. So we're going to get out with a small loss. So at this point, I go back to preparing the report, and then I'm watching WLS, but I decide not to jump in. I just decide to stay back. But SMX shows that it's coming up, and this was the one that wasn't in the chart earlier, and starts to move. It's got some excitement. It's at the top of the gap up list. And again, the FOMO saying, look, it was a nice entry there. And we're looking for the break of 250. And the problem was that it wasn't moving as quickly as we'd hoped. Very low volume. It isn't the screen that flags, that's actually live. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to settle for $10, which would have been nice, but it's just not going to cut it for me. And now we're in with 200 shares. And now we're headed downward, hoping for a bounce back up. Of course, we can call this a disastrous day morning. And then we're just waiting. Now, what I'm hoping for is a small move up so that I can cut it out. And our trend reversal tells us, well, that's it. There's a small jump up there. And we finally decide to get out. And look at that. I mean, we're up $2. And just like that, we come back down. So it's a market you got to play. Hopefully, we'll wait. I still have about $1,300 left. So I'm going to continue watching and see what else pops up. All right. If I trade, I'll do another recap.